Hey y'all, this is Deanna. Welcome to my channel. I am back with my next Christmas in July project. But before I get going on that, I just wanted to say thank you so much to everyone that has subscribed to my channel and that follows me and leaves me the kindest messages. I really do appreciate you. If you have been around a while and you're already subscribed, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And if you are new, or maybe you've just stopped by my channel and watched my video and all that, and you're not subscribed, I'd really appreciate your subscription. I really would. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. All you have to do is hit that red subscribe button, and if you'd like, you can hit the notification bell and let you know when I upload. Yeah, just know that by you doing that, I really appreciate it, and it helps my channel grow. So let's just get on with my project. So my next project, I wanted to do some kind of gingerbread box. Of course, it's kind of hard to find a gingerbread box. So I thought, you know what? I'll make myself one. I found this template on Pinterest, and I just cut it out, and I'll try to see if I can link it below. If I can't, any kind of gingerbread template will work. And of course, it says it's got a fold. And really, I was looking for this because I wanted to make some like gingerbread stuffies, you know, like little stuffed gingerbreads and all that. And so that's why I have this. But I thought, you know what, I'll just cut this out in paper. So what I did is I used that, and I folded my paper in half, and I made myself the template. So that's how I got this template. And then what I did from there is I just traced out my gingerbread on the brown cardstock. This is what I'm using. I have this in my stash, and I actually had gotten this whenever I got one of my Cricut mystery boxes. So I'm glad I'm finally able to use it. This is the craft board sampler. And I'm not really sure if you can just buy it. You could probably get it on Amazon. You might be able to get it on Cricut. I'm not really sure if you can get it like at Joann's or whatever. I know they have tons of Cricut products. You might be able to find it there. Or any kind of thick, really thick, heavy duty, at least 110-pound cardstock will work for this. But this is what I am using. And I needed a 12 by 12 because the template that I found actually was too big for the 8.5 by 11. So I've already got my template here, and I went ahead just to kind of save time on my video, and I've already created one part of my box, and then I've got this one started where I've only got a piece left to go, and I wanted to show you how I finish this up. So what you needed is you need your gingerbread template. And and what I did is I did mine an inch tall, plus I made this like fringe on the side. It's 1/2 inch. So my strip is 1.5 inches by 12 inches, which is the length of my paper. All I did when I started it is I just started it at an area right here. As you can see, I just started here, and I used my art glitter glue, and I glued it down, and I just held it for a second because I wanted to make sure that it stays. So once you got your paper anchored, I got a little bit sticking up, so I'm trying to push that down. Once you've got it anchored on there, then you can just make your way around, going around the shape of the gingerbread. So I've only got this piece left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how I join these together. So I'm using my art glitter glue, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my glue. And let me see if I can get you just a little bit closer. Okay. So I'm going to add my glue over here because I want to make sure I join this side of my box. Okay. I'm going to get ample glue right here. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give myself some glue right here. I want to make sure I can get started. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your other piece, and you're going to join this on, and you're going to hold this on a sec. So hold it. You want to make sure you get this nice and flush up against the other one. And over here, you need to make sure that you're molding it to where the shape is. Okay, so you're going to mold the shape. That's why you need all those the little fringe cut around, so you can mold it, because there's so much round pieces here. So I'm just going to hold it for a sec, and I just want to make sure that it stays all together. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to keep kind of watching where I need to mold it. And I'm going to add my glue underneath. You want to add plenty of glue. And I'm just going to kind of mold it to try to make this as even to that side as I can, okay? On the first one I didn't get it totally even, but I think it's going to be just fine. It'll be okay. So once it kind of starts to grab, I've got one that's sticking up. Let me add some glue under there. Once it's starting to grab, then you just keep kind of molding it with the shape and just keep working your way around. So I'm gonna go, now I've got a nice straight spot, so those should be the easy parts. See that? Pressing it down, making sure I'm still even. Now, of course, I have it too long here. I just wanted to wait to cut it so I could show you what it looks like and how long it is and so forth. So making sure everything is still down. When you get to the corners, just kind of take it. And you can kind of fold it. If you have to cut some of your little pieces here, so they mold, so they kind of go with the curve and they mold against your piece of paper or your cardstock. Okay, you're just gonna trim it just so it turns, so it's able to curve easier, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Okay, and once I get over here, I'm just gonna hold this down for a sec, and then I'm gonna take it and I'm just gonna trim my piece off. I have this much left. So you really for this size, what I needed was about 3.5 pieces. Okay, I'm gonna add glue. I'm gonna keep it molded. Just like this. And then I'm gonna fix to glue this. Once I know this is grabbed, I'm gonna wipe off my excess glue. I tend to get a little glue happy. And I'm just making sure that this is staying. I'm gonna add all my glue down here. I wanna keep all this nice and together. So I posted the video with my faux Christmas cookies last night. Thank you so much for all your sweet comments, y'all. Y'all are just amazing. And I noticed, I looked on Amazon, and there was, as of this morning, there was a few of those dies left on Amazon. So I know that they've been selling them. So this morning it said 3 left. So we'll see. But I hope if you were interested, I hope you were able to snag one. Okay, making sure, get this down. I'm gonna wipe off my excess glue. And now I have my shape and the sides for my box, and they will just slip inside of each other carefully. Okay, I'm gonna let this one dry for a second, okay? I'm gonna put it aside, I want it to dry. We're gonna work with this one right here. And what I did is I went ahead and I cut another one because I'm going to put it over it because I wanted to be able to ink my edges and this and that. And I just wanted to be able to draw the face on and stuff like that. So I wanted to do it where I'm not smushing my box, if I could say that. So let me get really fast. I'm going to get my glue. Put the lid covered up here. I'm going to grab my ruler. Okay, and I'm using my ruler, this one right here, so I can make the face. And so what I'm going to do is, I think, I want to try to see if I can get this rounded, get it as round as I can. I mean, it's not perfect because I just fussy cut it. Okay. Okay, so I'm using this ruler, and let me go out just a little bit here. I'm using this ruler. I got this at Michael's a little bit ago, and it's great for making like little circles and this and that. So what I'm going to do is decide what size I want my face to be. Now, if you saw my gingerbread video recently, I made some small ones, my gingers that I made. Y'all, they turned out so sweet. I just love them. And I'm going to do the same thing. Now, the head is a lot bigger on this one, of course. Like a lot more rounder, and the body's a little smaller, but this is going to work. So what I'm going to do is I need to do my eyes, as if you've seen my last video, and I have a little ink along the edge of this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to flip it over so it's underneath. And I'm going to decide how big I want my eyes and decide how far up I want to go. So I'm just going to kind of use my ruler and kind of measure maybe from the arms. And then I think I'll go up just a little bit. I gotta flip this around so I can see what I'm doing here. And I'm just gonna kind of make myself a light line with pencil here. That way I know where I want to put my eyes, okay? So I think I will use, I'm gonna make these a little bit bigger. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this one as a guide, and I'm gonna go with this circle right here. And there's one. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to line it up. And I'm going to go over this again. So I'm trying to see how I've got it. If I get it straight, it's a little off. I need to fix that. Probably no one would notice but me. That's a nice thing about using a ruler, friends. Okay, so I'm gonna go with that. Okay, right now it doesn't look like much, but it's going to. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm using this Jelly Roll pen. I'm gonna outline it and fill it in. And I like to go kind of slow when I'm outlining. That way I can make sure that I try to stay in the lines. You can use whatever pen or marker or whatever you choose, or if you want to ink it, if you have a way to ink it. And you're just going to keep filling them in. Okay, so I stopped and I went ahead and did the other eye. So you can see, there we go. So it's kind of like, you can see where we're going with this. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to erase this line that I put on here. This pencil's about to have it. Erase the line. Now I'm going to need also, I'm going to do a smile. All gingerbread should be happy. I think I'll use this one. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it kind of in the middle. Make myself, I like to use this to make my smile. And just do like a half moon. Okay, and then it's just going to go like this. And I'm going to use my pen and go over it. Always start with a pencil. That way you can erase and start again if you need to. Okay, that looks good. So now I have that. I'm going to go ahead and off the side give myself some little eyelashes. Okay. Do another one up here, up tip top here. And you could do a little one on the bottom if you want. I like to just do random small ones, okay? And now I'm going to take my white pen, my white jelly roll, and I'm going to just draw a little circle. My ink is still a little wet, so I will come back and go over this, or you can use like a paint pen. Okay, and I think that on that little one I didn't make a nose. I sure didn't. See how this one has a little nose? This one didn't have a nose. Let's give him a nose. And I just draw a little circle. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to give him a little nose. Doesn't have to be big. So I'm gonna let it dry a little bit, and that way I can go back over it with my white pen. Now I'm gonna ink the sides. I'm gonna use this Gingerbread color ink. It's Gingerbread Wood 2. I got it, of course, from scrapbook.com. And I'm gonna use my little dauber here. And I'm just gonna go around and I'm gonna ink my sides. You want it to try to look like it's been cooked, you know, even though it's a faux cookie. Everybody's making gingerbread these days. Everybody is really into these gingers. This is so much fun. And if you're not into making gingers, you should. And inking the sides, it doesn't have to be perfect. Because there is nothing that's perfect. The only thing that's perfect is our Lord Jesus Christ. It's the only thing that was perfect. So if you say, oh, that's not perfect, I can't put that out there. Yes, you can. Because nothing's perfect, and as long as you try, that's what matters. Just do your best. That's it. It's getting there. It's looking a little cooked. I have to say that this craft cardstock that I'm using, this Cricut brand, is pretty. It's really, really thick. I like that. And I looked today, and I think I have like only a couple more little items for my swap that I need to do for my swap partner. I think that I might do a few things. Of course, I'll do a few store-bought. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of ink all over it. Just kind of give it that look. Kind of smear it in. It's okay if it doesn't look perfect. But yeah, I think that I'm going to just maybe go through some of my stuff I've got made from my craft fair from Christmas last year. I got little circles on there. Look at that. It's okay. I'm gonna keep going. I think I probably will include some of those. So I might do one or two more videos on this, and then I'll probably do a box up my swap type of thing. At least I want to get this done. Okay, I'm going to try to get rid of my circles just a little bit, see if I can do anything with it. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that. Okay, so let me get the lid on this before I make a mess. I'm going to put that off to the side. Now I'm going to do my cheeks. I still have my little pink dauber over here that I used for my cheeks before. So let me grab my ink, and I was using either one of these, and I kind of think I'm going to go with the lighter pink still. I like the lighter one. So I'm going to use my template here, kind of see how that's looking. I'm making his cheeks a little bit bigger since he's a bigger one. Or it could be a she. It's kind of looking like a she. And I like how I did little squirrely cues in there. So I think I'll do that on this one. And there we go. I'm going to take my finger and kind of make sure this is all smoothed in. And look how that's looking. Isn't that looking cute? So now let me grab my Rick Rack, because I'm going to do the same thing like I did the other one. And look at my drawer here. And I think I could use I like using the white because it stands out a little more. So I think that's what I'll do. So I'm just going to do a piece over here, and let's see how this is going to look. See what? That's why it's kind of nice once you make your box to do another one, and that way then you don't smush down your box when you're doing this stuff. So. Okay, get that down. Wonder how it would look with two. Maybe I will do two. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that. And I like to just put my glue right on my Rick Rack. Press down. Yeah, I like it with two since it's bigger. So I'm going to do the same thing on the legs and the other arm. I'll go ahead and cut this one. Put that down. One more. Okay, there we go. I'll do the legs. I kind of got these out a little farther than that one, but it's okay. So hope everybody's doing well today. I'm working from home this week, so I am on my lunch break right now. That's the nice thing about working from home. I can come in here on my break and work on my creations. Okay, and I'm going to do the last one. And then we'll decide about a bow. We need some buttons, just like the other ones. Okay, so I'm going to do one more. It's looking good. I'm liking it. I'm thinking it's cute. It's looking definitely baked. Baked, baked, baked. Okay. So my last two of the rickrack. And last one. Okay, so look at that. That looks good. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so there we go on that. So let me grab my jimmies. You can use buttons or whatever you choose. Let me grab my jimmies. Okay, I want to try to do something. These are kind of big. I need them to be big. I could do this red where they're bigger. Or these. I think these might actually be the best bet. Okay. These right here, I think these might have came, I don't know where they came from, I'll be honest. I don't know where they came from. Okay, I think I'll go with the red ones. I'm just gonna, I think I'll make this one a boy. Let me see how many I'm gonna need. I don't know, maybe I'll make it a girl. We'll see. Oops, that one didn't stick because I got glue on my fingers. Okay, I think it's going to need 4. So I'm thinking that will be good. So let me add some glue under here. We want these to, well, we want them to stay. Okay, one more. So I want to try to make sure I get them lined up. That's looking good. I'm liking it. And I love this. Oh, I forgot its eyebrows. I like to just give it a little bit. And it's looking cute. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, so let me decide on a bow. So if you wanted to be like a boy bow, you'd need a bow tie or something like this one. And then, or we'll do a girl one. So let me decide which one I want to do, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I found this little bow that I had cut out. It was in my box where I had done these. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to use this one. I'm just going to make it a bow tie. And I'm going to glue it on. That looks cute. Look at that. How cute. So now what I'm going to do, let me move these out of the way. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere it to the box. That way then, see how it's going to look? I'm going to adhere it to the box. And then I might go around and put some red trim around the outside of my box. But let me get this on. So I'm going to go ahead. I wanted to put ample glue. One thing I've noticed about this paper is, you know, sometimes when you glue paper, you have like, looks like little wet marks or something. Like most of you like me, and you put too much glue. So it doesn't do that. You can't see. It's almost like, almost close to like a poster board in a way. So if you have a piece of poster board, If you don't have the paper I'm using, you can use what you want, of course, but poster board is thick. Okay, let's get this on. I'm gonna just get this pressed down. Put something on it. You want to try to put something on it so it'll stay. And you can also ink the sides of your box. Let me see here. Carefully. I just want this to adhere really well. Okay, so I'm going to let it dry for a little bit, and I'll be back when it's dry. Okay, so I think it's where I can work with it. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my ink, and I'm going to go around, I'm going to ink the sides, and I think I'll ink the back too. So let me grab my things here, and I'm just going to grab, I'm just going to kind of go around, that way it just kind of matches. Instead of putting like a ribbon, you could put a rickrack around it if you want, but that's up to you. And this little box, even though the top and bottom is the same size, it should just slide right down inside of it. And what I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put gingerbread cutouts inside the box. I would put gingerbread cookies, but the Little Debbie ones that I like to get, they don't come out with them until Christmas, until like after Thanksgiving or around right before Thanksgiving. That's when they come, because I know, because I had an issue with this last year. Okay, so there, I kind of inked up the sides. I'm going to do the back as well. Just kind of make it match. I'm liking how this turned out, y'all. I just kind of came to my mind, hey, I want to do something like that. And at first I was like, oh man, this is going to be too hard to make. And then I realized it wasn't hard for me to make. It was fairly simple. So what you need to do is find a template and just cut it out. Cut out your paper, like the brown paper. And make your sides. I used 1.5 inch strips, scored at 1 inch, and then from there you could, like, if you have French scissors or something like that, you can do that as well. And then you just glue it on like I showed you, and there we go. So on the inside, and I might do this off camera, I might come back and do another template and lay it down inside just so I can cover up these parts like this. So I'm thinking that's what I'll do. So I'm gonna do that off camera, and I'll come back and show you the final result. Okay, y'all, so I have added a piece up inside. I just cut it out and glued it down inside. I did the same thing on this one, and I added a little note from me on there. And so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put inside, I cut out some gingers, so I'm adding them in. And I'm going to make this kind of like having a little gingerbread kit. I'm adding some white jimmies. I've got a little bit of rickrack. And I'm going to add in some glitter so she can make her own. And now I'm going to put the lid or the top on. You just got to gently just find your way to get this on. Oops, something's sticking out. And there we go, my friends. We have it all inside. I love it. I think it turned out absolutely perfect. I love it so much. This is so cute. I hope that my partner enjoys this sweet little gingerbread cookie kit. I'm going to call it a gingerbread kit. That's what I'm going to call it. But anyway, that's it, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope you'll try to make the box. The box was simple. Just be patient and take your time. And yeah, everything will be good. Anyway, have a great day, y'all. Love you guys so much. And thanks for sticking with me to the end. Talk to you soon. Bye.